Once upon a time, somebody said time, time. If you know, you know. We did not need adjective for authenticity. A man was a man. A parent was a parent. A relationship was a commitment, and love was just love. Not real love, not true love, toxic love, or situationship. But now, everything real needs a label. Because somewhere along the way, we stopped trusting the original and started naming the copies. Check it. That's how we get a retronym. A retronym is a new term created for something old after a newer version appears. Check it. When we invented the electric guitar, the old one became acoustic guitar. When we built digital clocks, the old one became analog. When childbirth became medicalized, we had to say natural childbirth. Language didn't change because the original broke. It changed because the world did. So now I have to ask, are you a man or a retronym? Because if everything real needs a qualifier, maybe we are not losing masculinity, maybe we are just renaming it, right? Once we called it work ethics, now it's grind culture. Once it was honor, now it's old school values. Once it was commitment, now it's simping if you do too much and toxic if you lead too firm. We turn consistency into content, discipline into debate, purpose into personality. Everything timeless got demoted to traditional, as if standards is now vintage. But that's what happened when culture worships novelty. Truth gets rebranded like fashion. The retronym isn't just a word, it's a mirror. It shows you where we have lost trust in what used to be normal. If we have to say organic food, it's because most of what's on shelf isn't, right? If we have to say authentic connection, it's because most interaction are scripted. If we have to say real man, it's because too many are performing. We live in an age of replicas. Fake smiles, fake bodies, fake news, fake virtue. Everything filtered, curated, and optimized. So now, check it now. The original gets labels just to stand out. You just can't be a man. You have to be a masculine man. You just can't lead. You have to soft lead. You can't just date. You have to consciously date. We overname to overcompensate. But the truth is, what's real doesn't need rebranding. In ancient times, words carried weight. A man's word was contract. Oaths built empire. Vows shaped families. Now, words are hashtags, trending for 24 hours, forgotten by tomorrow. And because meaning eroded, language inflated. We speak louder to say less. We add adjectives to add assurance. We pile labels where truth used to stand, right? Because retronyms reveal something deeper, the crisis of confidence. Check it out. We rename what we no longer trust. We qualify what we have cheapened. You don't need to say real men if men are real, right? You don't need to say authentic love if love is honest. You don't need to say truthful news if truth still matters. But here we are, surrounded by retronyms, drowning in proof of how much we have lost. Here's the masculine truth, my G. Modern culture doesn't kill things outright. It replaces them, then rewrites the definition. We did not destroy manhood. We rebranded it until it couldn't be recognized. We did not end the truth. We gave it so many versions, nobody knows which one is real. A retronym shows progress, but also paranoia. We keep inventing new labels to convince ourselves the old one still means something. But check it. Let's look at relationship, right? Once it was marriage, now it's ethical non-monogamy. Once it was dating, now it's situationship. Once it was courtship, now it's vibes. We are drowning in choices, starving for meaning. But check it out. The same applies to masculinity. We have got alpha, beta, sigma, gamma. That's a Greek tragedy of lost identity. Because when you can't define what the man is, you start franchising versions of it. Because real masculinity doesn't need a subcategory. It's not alpha, it's accountable. It's not sigma, it's steady. It's not beta, it's balanced. It's not fragile, it's forged. The man who knows who he is doesn't need a label. He just lives it. Here's the comedy of it all, though. We have added so many adjectives to the word man, we have forgotten the noun. In history, retronyms were practical. They helped us distinguish old tools from new tech. But in culture, they are tragic because they reveal our nostalgia for the authentic. We crave it, but we don't want to live it. We want the look, not the label. Everyone wants real love. Few want the patience. Everyone wants authentic connection. Few want accountability. Everyone wants old school values. Few want sacrifice. The retronym comforts us. It lets us say, see, it still exists, but it's a museum label, not a lifestyle. So ask yourself, have you become a retronym, my G? A man who used to live truth, now explaining it? A leader who used to guide, now justifies it? A partner who used to commit, now negotiates it? But the strongest men don't describe what they are. They demonstrate it, right? Language evolves, that's for sure. But integrity shouldn't need translation. Every time we add a label, we confess a loss. Every real, every true, every authentic, classic, traditional is a linguistic tombstone. Prove something sacred died quietly in our timeline. But you can revive it, not by preaching, but by practicing. Stop being nostalgic for manhood. Start being the evidence, my G. So, are you a man or retronym, my G? Do you live the meaning or just mourn it? Do you build values or brand them? Because legacy isn't described, it's displayed. And real doesn't need adjectives. Unless you really believe authenticity needs a marketing campaign. My G, say it ain't so. I'll catch you in the next one.